5th birthday party is coming up, and this year I think I'm getting an ice cream cake. Do you like ice cream cake? Well, I'll save you a slice. Love you, Brandon. Hey, Dad. My 10th birthday party is next week, and when I woke up this morning, the first thing Mom said was, "Dang, you look just like your daddy." Maybe that's why my reflection is so unfamiliar sometimes. Anyways, I really hope you can make it to the party this year. I miss you a lot. All right, well, I'll see you at the party. Hopefully. Sincerely, Brandon. Hey, Tyrone. I just turned 16 years old today, and about a week ago, I thought about inviting you to my birthday party this year because all the kids at school always ask, "Are you going to make it?" And I always end up telling them that you're out of town. Now, Mama told me stop lying so much, but technically you are out of town, so I guess I wasn't really lying because what's a little half-truth when you've only ever known half your roots? But I'm tired of sticking up for you. I'm tired of all these sleepless nights. I'm tired of coming out with excuses for your absence. I'm tired of trying to reform my self-image into something that you would consider to be beautiful. I'm tired of trying to earn the title of being called your son as if it wasn't my birthright. So you know what, Dad, or Tyrone, whoever the hell you are, I'm done. Because all I ever wanted was for you to acknowledge my existence. But despite my persistence, I haven't even met resistance, just absence. And I hate the fact that I still want you here. But I'm done being caught in this delusion. The idea that you, a mirage, could alleviate my confusion. I don't need you. I never did. This is my last letter to you, Tyrone. Goodbye. Dear Tyrone, 25 years I cried into pillow sheets wondering why you left me. Wondering what I could have done to have earned your love or how I pushed you so far away. Your absence like a flame found home in the kindling of my insecurities, and my mind became a wildfire. And as I ascended in age, my sorrow turned to rage because I wanted to move on, but I simply couldn't turn the page. Or I didn't want to, because somehow being angry with you still made me feel close to you. And despite our lack of history, Tyrone, I've come to learn that pain, like secrets, can only control you if you hold them within. So I've laid down these woes at the altar of Christ just so I can tell you this. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you so I can finally be free. No longer shackled to my misery, because this situation is so much bigger than you and me. This right here is generational healing because I'm getting married soon. And I want our first chapter together to be started off on the right page with you by my side as I marry my bride. Because Tyrone, for the first time ever, I can honestly say, I love you. And I actually mean it. So will you be there for my biggest day ever? Sincerely, your son, Brandon. Hello? Hey, Tyrone. I got something I'd like to read to you.
Father wounds are very, very real. Nothing ever eases the pain that that man inflicts on you. And listening to that brother speak that poem, speak life into the pain that his absentee father caused, it reminded me of the only time that I saw my father live, of the only time I got a live FaceTime call with him. And I'm 40 fucking years old. My father was already dead. As a young man growing up without a father, a young biracial man that was lost and confused in my identity and who the fuck I was, I yearned for that example of a black man.
All right. I wanted to bring this up because it was very important, and we had a long conversation yesterday, if everyone remembers. And I noticed how much that The conversationalist Trey focused on what the woman in the relationship was doing and not the absence of the father. And I found out to be his priority is like, for some reason, he kept blaming the single mother for, in his mental thinking, losing the game. When what he didn't realize is that the man who left the mother a single mother literally forfeited the game. And at the very least, you would think he would have given the mother credit for trying, whether she was successful or not. And it's funny because he blamed a lot on Black women all day yesterday. But when he watches the NFL and he watches the football league and he sees one of the best, most aspiring quarterbacks, one of the best choices in the draft, who went to the Texans, he is a product of a single mother who was put through a whole lot. And his son still loved his father, who was barely there because his father was mostly spending, spending a lot of time incarcerated. And it's funny because they tend to, what I see in this space, whether he was red pill or not, because you know how that is. They say they're not red pill and they're red pill, or they say they are red pill and they're not red pill. But basically, bottom line is this: is that it seems to be the modus operandi to come up with scenarios that makes it very easy to blame the woman, no matter what, or if the woman's not at fault, then the government. So the problem is that state of mind makes it very hard for you as a human being to grow, to build yourself. If you are in a situation where you are down, if you keep giving excuses to taking L's to other people, you will never dig yourself out of the hole. So I wanted to focus on tonight more the reasons why this is happening. So let me go on to this clip here.
If you were someone who never had to accept responsibility for things in your life, never had compassion for others and what they go through, and could just deflect and project all of the blame onto others for your shortcomings in life, you'd likely blame every fucking body else too. And narcissists can't help but feel like it's you who has the problem. Not to add, you're there, you're the closest. And even though you love them unconditionally, they've conditioned both you and them throughout their life and throughout the course of your relationship that nothing you do will ever be good enough. And when you deal with that type of toxic justification long enough, the more you question your own reality. If you find yourself stuck in this toxic cycle, you have to find a way out and understand that no matter what you do, say, how hard you try, how much you love that narcissistic partner, they won't change.
Just text, I know it's a toss.
Let me pause it right there. That was I picked this up here too. Okay. Let me put this on screen real quick.
Why do you know?
I'm going to pause it. This is Jaguar Wright on Storm Monroe's show. This is about Jay-Z. And here's another topic of conversation. You've heard a lot of men in this space, in the manosphere space, blaming baby mamas, baby mamas, baby mamas, baby mamas. 80s, 78, mostly 80s, 90s. But what they don't realize is a lot of these baby mamas were little girls. Who were made pregnant by grown men. Welcome, Vice D. Little girls made pregnant to have kids by grown men. Many of which you're seeing it play out in the courtrooms and in real life. It seems to be the cult. The myth is supposed to be that, you know, it was little boys making little girls pregnant. That's the myth. The reality is it was grown men making the little girls pregnant. T.O. is a reflection of that. His father lived right across the street from him and he didn't even know it. His mother was 15, I think, when she got pregnant by a 33-year-old man. Not a good, that's how common it is. That's how common it is, where you can almost pick out anybody and it's like, oh yeah, my mom was this age. So before I start this, let me get some shout outs out the way. And then we're going to get into it, because the thing is today we are going to be doing a lot of myth busting, because this abuse that is going on needs to stop, and it needs to stop in the manosphere. In that house. Oya Terminador Negro, Feisty Black Tina, Miss RV, M. Mills, Nurse Fancy. We also have Camo, Kittens, aka Kittens in Caskets. T is in the house. And Y is Seeking Knowledge is in the house as well. All right. So another hero of the hip hop culture, African American culture, a role model to many men, Jay-Z, a former drug dealer by his own admission. Let's hear about him.
The same reason why he want to erase his history with Foxy Brown and giving her syphilis, because they was underage when he did it.
I mean, I'm sure he appreciated it, because he always says she talked too much. So when she went deaf, that slowed some of that down. I'm just saying, it worked out for him.
You know, I thought she just recently went deaf.
No, she been deaf. She been long time. Yeah.
Shout out to both Storm and Jaguar for breaking it down for us. Here we go, folks.
Like at least the past 12 years.
Oh, they kept that on the low.
Exactly.
I didn't know Foxy Brown was deaf. Dang.
Wonder why. You know, nobody acknowledged what was going on between her and Mr. Carter.
Because she was 15.
She was 15 and everybody knew it. But see, this is the thing. Back in the 90s, there were a lot of older dudes who slept with younger women.
There it is, folks. And she's being nice by saying younger women. Really, a 15-year-old is not a younger woman. That's a little girl. And it's funny that the manosphere seems to like spoon over that.
I had a kid at 16 by a man that was 10 years older than me.
Damn.
Which goes to show you how much things have changed from the 90s to now. But then you got to think, you go back 20 years before that, 20, 30 years before that, and 40-year-old men were marrying 13-year-old girls.
Right. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, fellas. What's your excuse for this?
That is true.
Right. So as we evolve as a society and we become more aware of certain things, they open up. But the thing is, it was normalized. It was just normalized.
Exactly. I mean, a similar thing happened with Lauryn Hill. And then this is why I will always give Lauryn Hill, no matter how late she might be to a show or anything, I always give her a pass because she was a lamb who was thrown out to the slaughter, basically, to a band of wolves. It was normalized. It was normalized. It was what just happened. Then you want to blame a young lady for how she grows up after not protecting her when she needed to be protected.
Now, of course, as a 19-year-old girl, I'm looking and I'm seeing a 15-year-old girl, Inga Marshine. But I couldn't stand that little bitch. Because she was just doing the most. When she came to Philly to work at Sigma, and she was working with Scott, like, because they were doing the Bad Mama Jamma record with Drew Hill. And she was just out there, and she was with Corrupt, but she was fucking half the city.
T breaks it down like this. I know so many women who got pregnant by way older men, and these men lied about their ages. Yep. And how a younger, I mean, we're talking about many women, we're talking about young ladies, basically. I don't know what age a woman starts at, but I know it ain't no 15, 14, 16. But that's how these dudes look.
And I'll never forget, I had heard we were on South Street and she had went in Missouri.
Mills breaks it down like this. My first serious relationship as a teenager was with a man 10 years older than me.
Friend of mine, my friend Mike's store, and she was acting a fool, and they did everything they could do to get her out of there. And one of the women that worked in there, she was like, she doing all of this shit, hoping that Jay-Z will pay her some mind.
Wow.
And they were just talking about how she was acting out to get his attention. And then she got into it with Kobe Cole at Power 99, called up to the radio station, cussed him out, and told the whole radio station, do not play no New York records and this, that, and don't play no, and she said, and don't play no this record, and don't play no fucking Jay-Z records. They said Sean Carter was on the phone within an hour saying, if you pay any attention to anything she's saying, it's gonna be, we'll handle her. Please keep playing these New York records.
Yes.
It was wild. It was.
Man, this is I understand they buddies and pals, but LL Cool J and Jay-Z's hugging like that.
Wow. But this was a grown man with a very, 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 very naive girl. I'm not saying that she wasn't a city girl, but a 14-year-old girl mentally cannot contend with a 28, 29-year-old man.
Right. And they're going to break it down why, and I agree with what she's going to say, but how is she even in the mix? How is a 14-year-old girl even in the mix with these grown men in any way, shape, or form?
Let's talk
Period.
about
Period.
She didn't have a chance.
Not at all. And I think people don't realize when he started better dealing her, because I think she thought she was going to be the one. I really do.
Like that he married.
Yeah, I think she thought that.
Oh, wow.
I know that when she was with Corrupt, she was always just so scattered. You know what I mean? Just real scattered, like real negative energy. But you could
see, this is the funny thing to me. Another point that was made to me in the Manosphere, and actually yesterday as well, coincidentally, was that men are the leaders, men are more logical in all of this, right? Men are the ones who take care of and protect, Black women and so on and so forth. But where was this protection with all these? These are men that were talented, had money, or were going to have money, and were living better than most, but at the same time were in pedo mode. So these are men that everybody looks up to. Everybody looks up to Jay-Z. Everybody looks up to Puffy, or looked. Everybody looked up to all these men, but when you line up their hit, if you go back in memory lane, you almost say, how did these guys not get into prison? Oh, Jeezy was a drug dealer. Jay-Z was a drug dealer. Diddy was I heard he was a drug dealer. I'm not saying he was, but because I haven't seen it, but it's like, where is this role model coming from? Because I don't see it. Other cultures have scientists, they have CEOs to look up to, they got Fortune 500 people to look up to. We don't. So what is really a high value man? All the men that seem to be high value seem to be have low value character. Nobody's going to argue with you about Jay-Z Jay-Z being a high value man. They're just going to call him that. But what I noticed a lot about the high value man dance is they never really go over character with you. They don't touch it. And I see why. I see the secret, because with every high value man, you get low value character. They either sold poison to the community, bopped around with little girls. There's always something bad. They didn't take any of that high value money and spend it on therapy or something to make them better people, because it's clear that they were not good people. Mills breaks it down like this: we made sure that my daughter had a car and money so that she would never have been taken advantage of by a grown wolf. Amen. Amen to that.
could tell that she was acting out, and he shunned her.
Wow.
Remember now, they're talking about a 14-year-old girl. But even Jaguar Wright in this conversation, she seems, it almost seems like she's giving the 14-year-old girl putting the responsibility of a grown woman on her shoulders.
He shunned her, and it's just so wild. Like, what is it going to take for people to get to see that this person literally discards people and tries to erase them like they never exist, so he doesn't have to see them or deal with what he's done with people.
That is what a textbook narcissist does.
You know, I blame a lot of what happened to Ingemar Shine on his reckless adult choices for a very, very, very underage girl. But you hear that story a lot. Like that shit ain't special.
Wanye and Brandy. Remember, it was
Yeah.
Brandy and Adina Howard fighting over him. And
Right. And the argument would be something like, hey, well, these are famous people, blah, blah, blah. What do they have to do with our community? And basically, bottom line is they are a reflection of our community.
Was grown and Brandy was 16.
I know. And Adina was a grown-ass woman.
A grown-ass woman. Brandy, I'm sorry, baby. You could not compete. That was a grown-ass woman.
But then again, she shouldn't have been put in the running in the first place.
That's true. That's true.
A young girl gonna fight. Period. Whether she can win or not. Her ego alone, she gonna fight. But see, there were adults in those situations. And it's like, you look back now, because I was one of those grown as shit young girls. I was. I never lied and said that I wasn't. I would have had to have been. I was a mother at 16.
Wow. Okay. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down just like this. If they don't practice that toxic masculinity, then they are simps, punks, and thugs. No man wants that to be that. So they take that red pill snake oil mess. Bars, as Dr. Richie would say. Yeah. And the funny thing is that who's really the simp? The guy who's loving on a woman, who has money, who cares about his woman, has the option to put her on the pedestal if he wants. I mean, think about it. Which person do you really want to be in life? Future or Russell Wilson? No, I can tell you right now, non-Black people do not respect Future. Non-Black people do respect Russell Wilson. That right there should just basically tell you what's going down. Why Seeking Knowledge says this: Jaguar is a jaded woman. She lost her career and speaks so bitterly like a woman scorned. Boom. Let's keep it going. Tevin, welcome.
But when I look now as an adult, you see how unfair it is.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just clear. It's just clear how unfair it is.
But look how young she looks. She looks like a baby.
I know.
You know,
if she is a baby.
Look the pictures with Diddy and Cassie.
Oh God. Let's okay. Before we get into that.
Look at the
pause. So what we've established is this. One, a lot of these men in the manosphere blame little girls for having kids and being left. alone. They point to this as the damage to the community, but don't realize it was older men that were doing the damage. They were literally putting the responsibility of the community on a 14-year-old little girl, multiplied by X, by whatever you want to do, whether it was Diddy, whether it was Jay-Z, whether it was some unnamed guy in the community, or T.O.'s father, grown men. But somehow the manosphere wants you to believe it was the woman's fault, even though it was the men that were doing all the damage, not only to women, but to each other.
The pictures with Kimura and Russell.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's do Kamara and Russell first.
Okay.
It's Storm Shot.
Hey, what's my little title tells? How y'all?
This right here, I'm just going to freeze it real quick from Tisa Tells. Kanye West is taking off the wedding ring. We know what that means. Why? I mean, there's a point where you have to say to yourself, you know, there's something wrong with the guy. He has a history. Welcome Minerva's world. There's a point where you have to say, come on now. Ladies, I'm gonna warn not the ladies in this room, because y'all already know, but who might run across this video. If you get with a man like Kanye West, with the type of emotional issues he has and damage he has and has put on people, it's not much people can do for you. And another so-called high-value man, but low-value character. Another role model. That shouldn't be a role model. If you stick strictly to his musical acumen, maybe, but to me, I'm steering clear. If I was a young man, I would be steering clear. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down just like this. The carnal emphasis on fresh meat of these pedos is also to exploit their vulnerability, innocence, and ignorance. These broken bucks are diabolical. Guess who else?
This video is about Charlemagne the God. This video is an investigation.
So it was like, Charlemagne, but you told us you were exonerated, and you were not exonerated. That never happened.
Charlemagne was accused of a crime against a woman back in 2001. Serious crime. And this video is an investigation into something Charlemagne said about that crime. Charlemagne was interviewed by DJ Academics.
Now, I don't care what anybody says. He's basically part of the manosphere as well. He's just got a bigger platform.
2013, 10 years ago. That video is still on YouTube.
Part of the reason Charlemagne was like Charlemagne, like I remember I did an interview with him in 2013, my very first interview, right?
During the interview, DJ Academics asked Charlemagne about the case. And Charlemagne said something that didn't make sense. And nobody has talked about this. Charlemagne said something.
Think about it. Charlemagne the God. What's a God? A God's a role model, right? God is supposed to be a role model. Why do these men call themselves kings and gods, but do garbage? It's beyond me. Him being a broadcaster, fine. I mean, he's got a talent for that. Whether you like him or not, enough people like him enough that they call him a talent. But you're not a god, man. Why do you guys call yourself gods and kings and shit? It's delusional.
Something that didn't make sense. And I'm going to play you the clip. We're going to listen to the clip, and then we're going to look at the police report.
I'm going to go ahead and drop the link just in case somebody wants to come up. Here we go.
The incident report, excuse me. We're going to look at the incident report, and we're going to look at some more information. And then I'm going to ask you if what Charlamagne said makes any sense. Listen to this.
So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. You know,
This is the Poor Black Man podcast, by the way. Like and subscribe.
Bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. You know, whatever.
They went out there copping out please with
Yeah, they had to do shit.
Charlamagne the God was 22 years old when that incident took place. In fact, he was about to hit 23 because he was born on June 29th. According to public records, Charlamagne was born on June 29th, 1978. When the incident took place, he was 22 years old, approaching 23.
2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated.
According to Charlamagne, the police asked him how he got the alcohol, if he was underage, and he replied that a crackhead bought it for him. Now, the age to purchase alcohol in South Carolina, the age is 21. It's the minimum age. As of 1986, the minimum age to purchase alcohol in South Carolina is 21.
Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. They forego all morals, values, and principles, behave so subhuman, and have the unmitigated gall to think submission is due to them. The jig is up, boom.
So if you're 22, about to be 23, why would you tell the police that you had to get an adult, an older person, to buy the alcohol? And also, why would the police interview you without first identifying who you are, possibly with a ID, name, date of birth? If I'm interviewing you as a law enforcement officer, I should be writing this down and documenting, especially with this type of case. So you want me to believe, Charlamagne, you want me to believe that as a 22-year-old young adult, you told the police that in order to purchase alcohol, you had to get a crackhead because you were underage, even though you were 22 years old. The math is not mathing. And so if we look deeper into this case, into this situation, what else will we find? They say lies lead to more lies.
So basically, he was doing the pedo walk. Like, who wasn't? Who wasn't? Who wasn't doing that? Let's keep it going. I'm gonna change it up just a little bit. Here we go.
You know, one of the most untalked about, undiscussed issues that we face in the Black community that I've noticed, Black men are so focused on sexuality and sexual conquest and sexual dominance and control over Black women. I understand.
Remember, I was talking about that just yesterday. Let me keep it going.
Stand why Black women marry out. I have had maybe 4 out of 3,000 Black women say that the white men they married or dated or talked to asked about their body count. Yet black men are so fucking caught up with wanting to know how many men have screwed you. Well, you want this woman to be able to do every trick in the book. White men, you know what they ask? Do you have any children? Have you caught anything? But what the black community focuses on, this is exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about. Black men, you got to stop trying to find your manhood through your
It's just disrespectful, period, for a man to ask a woman about her body count. Because women don't ask men about theirs. It's rude. It's disrespectful. Don't ask.
Exactly. This is from Cerebral Talks. Cerebral Talks, like and subscribe. Here we go.
A woman has filed a lawsuit against singer Jason Derulo, accusing him of sexual harassment. That lawsuit was filed today in Los Angeles Superior Court. Amaza Gibson says Derulo promised her a record deal, but then started.
This was on the news 1 month ago. Now, here's the problem I have. So, black men want submission from black women, right? Submission is something that, number one, it sounds freaking stupid anyway. But on top of that, you would think that, okay, well, I have to be worthy of submission. Notice how these men aren't saying that. And it's funny that you hear that word, you hear both body count and submission coming out of usually men that don't deserve an answer on either one. She is supposed to be. What is going on here? What happened to being professional?
Harassing her, including with unwanted invitations, aggressive behavior, and implying that she would have to sleep with him in exchange for the record deal. Gibson says their professional relationship grew cold after she allegedly rejected his advances. We have reached out to Derulo's team for a statement, but have yet to hear back.
Now, this is on national news, right? Black men are, you heard Brother Trey yesterday saying black men were disrespected all the time and nobody, the society disrespects us. Well, what is society supposed to do with this? And the fact that it's very common. How are we supposed to get respect if we're not behaving in a respectful way? Minerva's World breaks it down like this: submission and accountability, the new word in the BC. Yep. Black community. Yep. Why seeking knowledge? Eggplant privilege. That with a pair of gonads gives you the rights to an undentured slave to bear your children and mistreat. Bars. Minerva, submission and accountability. The new word in the black community, bars. Let's keep it going.
God's love comes through the Father. So since you don't really know how to experience and digest the Father's love, that means that you don't really know how to experience and take God's love, because that's where the love trickles.
This is what Cyber would call circle talk. Keep listening.
Down from, right? The father's love is much differently than the mother's love. The mother's love is more of a coddle love. You fall down, you get back up. Oh, baby.
I swear, these Manosphere podcast cycles are going to be the downfall of society.
This is coming from You're Triggered. You're Triggered. Please like and subscribe.
Mark my words. I keep saying it because now God's love comes through the man instead of God. I mean, make it make sense. I really want to know why anyone would take this man and his pigtails seriously. I just don't know. I really don't have too much to say about this. I'm just frightened because every day these red pill men become more and more unhinged and say crazier things every day. And what's even more disturbing is that the comments are filled with men agreeing with this man, no matter how psychotic the things that he says are. All these men are doing is keeping other men single and lonely. And You know what? I just don't even have nothing else to say. I'll just say that all of this is Michael Myers in the making, for real.
Tory Lanez update. The judge has pushed back sentencing. Tory Lanez is scheduled to now be sentenced on April 10th.
We know what happened to him. They still defend him. They still defend him.
What's up, Brad Squad? What up? Salute. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. It sickens me to say this because, you know, we love our sisters, bro. And we wouldn't be going this hard if we ain't love our black women, yo. But these new type black women, it ain't got shit to do with the fact that they black. These women have turned themselves into the most undesirable species on our planet, guys.
This is a funny part. He's not the best looking guy or has any kind of charisma at all. It seems to me that every time I hear a man visually shaming a woman, that man, I know of one man who must at least be 300 pounds round. And he has the most potty mouth talking about women. And he's ugly. I'm going to be blunt. He's ugly. And one of his friends are ugly. And he's got another friend that's not even that good looking himself. You could say that he was plain looking at best. Shout out to Phoenix Soul in the house. Yeah. Listen to this dude.
We can't fuck with him. We can't build with him. Can't do nothing.
What's to build? He ain't got nothing to build with. He ain't got nothing to build with.
Can't tell them nothing. Can't correct them. They're undesirable. They're at the bottom of the barrel.
Can't tell him nothing. Can't correct them. But I guarantee you one thing. I would like to see this guy's rap sheet. Because like yesterday, if you remember, I tried to remind the person that historically and by the stats, black men are the ones who are ones who can't be told anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting in trouble more than black women do. We wouldn't be having this type of natural deaths by lead. Welcome, Hazel. Exactly, Hazel. He wants to build with black women stuff. Exactly.
They did no work on getting out that crab in the barrel.
Neither did you. And he's on the passenger side.
I personally feel like
Probably
black
his mom's car.
women are at the bottom of the barrel. Like nobody.
You know, I'm not trying to go hard on the black women, but I'm going to go hard on y'all for real. Kevin Samuels is trying to tell y'all some
Why is it the most ignorant dudes be the most 10 foot down on disrespecting black women? He doesn't realize nobody likes this shit, this ignorant shit.
Right? Y'all wouldn't listen. The man say lose some weight.
Wait. You're asking women to listen to a man that avoided paying child support for 10 years. I think you need to let that sink in, sir. Who ran around trying to hide from landlords and shit.
The man said do some things because, okay, well, some of y'all be looking at other races and be like, y'all be comparing yourselves, right? Okay, so if you're comparing yourselves, do what you got to do. Y'all hate what he said. Y'all get mad at him telling y'all to work out, do what you got to do, you know.
How about working on your diction and saying words out clearly, sir?
Elevate. And then you on TikTok talking about, oh, nah.
This guy's popular too. This guy's popular too. Welcome, Mr. DJ Music.
Black women at the bottom, but what the fuck are y'all talking about? And if you're at the bottom of the barrel, why are you blaming everybody? You should blame yourself. Because I know some black women that are on top.
Nobody is no. All right, we are going to transition into the main part, but let's let Remy Ma set it up for us. This is on the Miss Key. This is on the Miss Key station. Let me see if I can fast forward it. Fast forward right here. I think this is it. Yeah. I'm not gonna play too much of this. Here we go.
In any exchange where sexual acts are being compensated with money, like that's prostitution. I'm
No,
sorry.
not necessarily.
I don't- I'm sorry.
No, Remy, that's a gross simplification. You have to agree to the sex for it to be prostitution.
Yes, correct. Because in one instance, they're like, it was so horrible. And he did this to me. He did that to me. But give me $2 million. And I'll go sit over there and I won't tell anybody.
Girl, shut your ass up. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you compare rape, which is non-consensual, to prostitution? There's no comparison. The thing about it is, I think Remy Ma is so male identified that she just says a lot of stuff to gain the approval of men. I don't think she even really believes that. I really don't. I do believe that Remy Ma most likely was a tomboy, probably was in a lot of circles of misogynistic men. And she knows what those type of men want to hear. So where's the loyalty? Where's the sisterhood? How dare you put that narrative out there? Right.
Yeah, that's just basically how male identified women work, unfortunately. Mr. DJ Music said this about the dude who was just talking before. Did any of that make sense? Just a bunch of babbling, idle chatter. Welcome, Bridget. Welcome, Bridget. Kevin says this: I don't trust Remy after she cheated on Papoose, who was actually there for her when she was locked up. Bridget says this: I was SMH, and when DJ Torch and Friends Network took along the side, that side was right on time with that I was feeling, with that what I was feeling. Yeah, I mean, it. I'm not to decide again. Let's get into this mess. Let's get into this mess. Now we're going to get to a little bit of let's get into the Kendra G show because it sets everything up. Here we go.
I'm here.
What's up, big dog?
I need love. Where they at?
All right, put yourself in the screen.
Hold on, what I'm supposed to do? Hold on.
Let me pause it right here. For some reason, why is it always that on these dating shows that the women they tend to be on point and have everything ready and they're made up and everything, and the dudes be like in the dark or bad light or lying down or have their shirt off for some reason. It's funny.
Yeah, that's it. Get your face in. You see how I'm in it? Stop looking down and have it like up. Have the phone up. You holding the phone down.
I'm looking up.
There we go. There we go. Can you stop shaking? All right. You got it?
Hell nah.
What's your name? What's your name, brother? Where you calling from?
I'm from the natty. I'm trying to see you. I can't see shit.
We see you though. You good?
So just leave it right here.
Yeah, you good. You can leave it right there.
I know he's getting frustrated. I know Zach's getting frustrated. Welcome, K Brown. Welcome, Wyatt Seeking Knowledge, Bridget Mouton, Tevin, Mr. DJ Music, Hazelbug, T. Let's keep it rolling.
You from Cincinnati?
I'm from Cincinnati, man.
What's your name?
Can you see me like this?
Yeah, I see you, bro.
All right.
Put it back up, though. You had it.
Welcome, King Lucifer. Damn it, boy.
Win for losing, man.
Why can't you just
can't
hold
even,
it, bro?
we have literally been watching this video for about 3 minutes, and his camera is still bouncing all over the place.
I'm holding with my hand.
Yeah, like you on FaceTime.
Trying to get somewhere I can sit it down.
Like
Wait. Let me break down something for you. He called in. Wouldn't it have made sense that he found a spot in his home before he called in that was perfect for the interview? T, can we get a camera position 101 class? I mean, man, come on, bro. This is embarrassing. Look, as a black man, look, this is embarrassing. Bridget says, can we have some decent looking, well-groomed, and well-speaking men to do the ridicule of black women? Maybe it would be taken better. I know, really. It's like that. But see, but see, Bridget, the funny thing is that it's the well-groomed, well-speaking men that don't have a problem with most black women. That's why you don't hear from them. The articulate men, they're not having the problem these dudes are. And you can see why these dudes have problems.
Just hold it.
Hold on, I'm from Cincinnati. Hold on, let me see if I can sit it down right here.
Okay.
Let's see if that's cool. Is that cool right there?
You got to sit back up. Stand up. If you stand up, it is.
If I stand up?
Yeah, just stay right there.
Right here?
That works. No,
and he still moves.
Why you just fucked it up? You had it right. Right there. Right there. Stand right there. You good.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah,
we good.
You're fine. There. Right. Good.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
This Bear. I'm from Cincinnati.
How old are you, Bear?
34. I've been single. I've been single for 7 years.
All right. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra. October the 1st.
You got any kids?
I got 2.
What's their ages?
13 and 9.
Why you not with none of the baby mamas?
Because they weren't ready at that time, I guess.
Okay. You got 2 of them, right? 2 baby mamas?
Yeah, I got 10 years apiece with them.
Oh, damn. You went 10 years with them?
Yeah.
Damn. And you been single 7 years?
Yeah.
So 20, you only 34, though. That don't even make sense.
I'm 35. I'm 35. I've been single for 6 years. I got 10 years with my first baby mama. I got 10 on my second.
That's not even enough time. Like, you only 34. 10 plus
Do
10.
The math.
10 plus 10 is 20.
Do the math.
And then you said you've been single 7 years.
6 years.
But you said 7, but I'll change it to 6. 26. 34 minus 6 is 8.
I got 10 and 10 with both my baby mamas. I'm 36.
So you started dating. You started
36.
dating one of your baby mamas when you was 8 years old?
No, I made my first baby mama when I was 16. I had my first child when I was 20.
When you was
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, folks? Okay. Think about it. Think about it close now. We just went through a bunch of famous people who were messing around with little girls, right? Listen to this guy right here. Remember now, they're saying that it was grown women, right? Listen to this.
I had my first child when I was.
Wait, okay.
34 minus 6 is 8.
I got 10 and 10 with both my baby mamas. I'm 36.
So you started dating.
This fool still got Power Rangers curtains.
You started. You start dating one of your baby mamas when you was 8 years old?
No, I made my first baby mama when I was 16. I had my first child when I was 20.
Okay.
When you was 20?
Yeah.
And then you was with her for
I got 10 and 10 with both of them.
Whenever, oh heavens.
You couldn't unless you was talking to them both.
Do the math. If you do the math, it's gonna add up.
Nigga, I'm doing it. Look. 16 plus 10 is 26. You're 34. It's only 8
I'm
years
not
left.
34.
That's what you said.
I'm 35.
Still, it's still a year missing.
All right, I can't win for losing. All right.
Look, no, we're gonna do this. You said you was 16 with the first baby mama, right?
Right.
Yeah, I did 10 and 10 with
And
both
you
of
did
them.
10. What's 10 plus 16? 26. All right. Now you got another child. You said you did another 10. 10 plus 26 is 36. You said you 35.
I'm October the 1st. I'm a Libra.
Okay. But you said you've been single for the last 6 years. Where was the single?
Knock a year off. Knock a year off. Work with me. Knock a year off. I've been single
for. Oh, the math ain't mathing, but he wants you to work with him. Oh man.
5 or 6 years.
Even at 5.
Just knock the years off then. I got 10 and 10 with both of them.
Lord. All right.
That's how long I've been single.
It's nigga crazy. All right. What you do for a living?
Damn, at least I put work in.
What you do for a living?
What I do for a living, I'm on my own construction business.
Okay. You got a construction business.
I want you to listen to me for real, because I've been trying to get on here I wanted to talk to my baby, but you get a pass, you heard me?
No, I don't get no damn pass. I'm hosting tonight.
I want you to do a good job, then. You throwing me under the bus now.
You get a pause it. Why is seeking knowledge says this? Red pill is teaching empowerment to these degenerates, robbing them of their need to lift themselves, educate themselves, do better. This is comical and disgusting at the same time. Bars. It basically is why it's seeking knowledge. You nailed it. It's crazy.
A pass.
I get a pass?
Yeah, you came on the show. I'm the host.
Okay.
All right. So let's keep going. You ever been married?
I ain't never been married.
Okay.
I'm a family type of guy.
Want to get married?
Never been married. Literally ate up 2 women's lives, or as they call it, baby making years.
Yeah. Can you see
me
real good? Because I can't.
Yeah. I see you.
He didn't expect to do, but you have to do math.
Fine.
Am I on there?
That brings me back to this with Tiga. T goes, do the math, man. Ninja, you can't do math either. King Lucifer goes, he didn't expect to have to do math. I swear. They overlapped. That's what I'm thinking. What he's not telling everybody is that he cheated on one to get with the other. I think he must have had 2 baby mamas at the same time. Yep, exactly that. That's what it is.
Yeah, you on there. You on there. We see you. What type of woman you looking for? Let's do it.
I want me. This is what I want. I want me just a loyal, just loyal. That's my main concern. It ain't about no money. It ain't about none of that.
And I bet he doesn't even offer loyalty. It's very interesting how these men be asking for stuff they can't offer themselves. Like, for example, I've heard men in the manosphere disrespect Black women because they were thick or they were big. And then if you look at a photo of that very same man, he's as round as a ball.
It ain't about nothing. I just want you to be loyal and respect. Them the 2 things. Respect.
I see Black Tina breaks it down like this. The overlapping is concurrent relationships Black men have that Ralph Richard Banks talked about in his book. Boom.
Loyalty.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do she gotta look a certain way?
Mandatory.
How she need to look?
Bad.
What's your type?
Bad. My type, I like them short, nice, thick. That's how I like it.
Okay.
Yep. Notice how the tone and he sounds like he's talking about a hamburger. Basically, he sees women as meat.
Short, nice.
My parents were tall, though. I ain't gonna discriminate. Just have a sense of humor.
I'm nervous. He's lying. He lying. Construction requires being able to calculate. Exactly.
And nice, sweet, caring, and I'll take everything from there.
Okay. She got to make a certain amount of money.
Please, dude. Just, you know what I mean?
Please do.
I ain't gonna get into all that, but yeah, make some money for sure.
Okay. What's your deal breakers?
Talk too much. Can you see me?
Yeah.
The phrase "dumb as rocks" comes to mind.
I see you.
Do I need to back up?
Good.
I don't like a woman that talk too much. I don't like a woman. See, that's probably my main key. That's a main deal breaker. A woman overtalk me, overdo all that. I ain't with a name with none of that.
What age range you want to date?
I go from 25 to 40.
25 to 40. Okay. There it is. What would you date long?
Huh?
Would you date long distance?
For sure.
If they not in Cincinnati, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati.
Caleb, I think rocks are much smarter than him.
1-3. I'll date long distance.
You'll travel?
I will travel and I'll fly, motherfucker. I do all that. I'm finna travel. Matter of fact, I'm finna travel in 2 weeks. I'm finna go to the Bengals game next month. So if y'all in, where I'm finna go? I'm finna go. Where the next Bengals game at?
I don't know. That's y'all.
You don't know?
I'm a Bears fan. I don't follow them.
That's crazy. I'm going on my niggas, though. I'm going on my guys. Like, we finna shoot out. We finna go out of town next month on the Bengals game. I'm rapping Who They all day. Ain't no mission.
Okay. There it is. All right.
I just don't know where the game is. Sorry. I just don't know, but we definitely going. I just don't know yet. We was just talking about this shit 30 minutes ago. I done forgot that quick.
Step back and do the Kendra cam.
I got on my PJs. That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm fully dressed, though, but I don't know if y'all can see.
Oh, gee.
What the hell? Those aren't PJs. Those are long johns. That's underwear.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I swear to God, y'all gonna love me.
If that isn't crackhead attire, I don't know what is.
They see me?
They see you, big dog.
I got on my PJs, y'all. wasn't expecting it, but it is what it is.
Okay. All right. When the last time you was intimate with somebody?
I'm gonna be honest. I told you to do the math right. My 2 baby mamas. My kid is 13 and 9. Like I've been single, like I said, a couple years. I've been single.
Yeah, self-employed, aka unemployed. We all hip to that. They date up to smarter women. Yep. There is just no way you can settle and submit. Exactly. Bars. Why seeking knowledge?
You try to do the math. I've been single for a couple years. I just be chilling.
Mm-hmm.
This one of my spots. I got another spot out the way. This Cincinnati. Y'all ain't gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't been with a female friend less than, I must say, 2.5 hours.
You said how long?
2.5 hours.
Oh, you just got some 2.5 hours ago?
Yeah.
Is she an option?
I'm so
Phoenix. Phoenix was an hour ago. 2.5 hours. Yep, close enough.
I'm so nice and sweet. She could be an option, but everything open right now. She ain't meet my qualifications.
Was y'all drinking?
Huh?
Was y'all drinking?
Oh. She just ain't meet my qualifications. She pretty in a motherfucker. I'm talking about bad. But as far as my standards, huh?
What's wrong with her? What she ain't meeting?
Like, you know what I mean? She still wanna party and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she 24.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Why you think you single?
I said 25 and up. She barely missed it, but she cool.
Why you think you single?
By choice. I want to meet me somebody that I said once again that don't talk too much. That's it.
That means he's a narcissist. Narcissists always want to do all the talking and control.
Okay. There it is. All right. Why would somebody be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm a gentleman. I'm handsome. And I come before anything.
If you come.
King Lucifer, if that's him sober, I wouldn't want to be around him when he's high and drunk. Bars.
Do you pay bills for women?
Huh?
Do you pay bills?
Man, if I tell you my bills, boy, I definitely pay bills.
No, I'm talking about, do you pay your woman bills?
That's why I had 10 years relationships.
Okay. There it is.
What the hell does that mean?
Provider. All right.
Yeah, I'm single by choice. I just want, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
I'm Brina West.
How you want people to reach out to you?
I don't know. Did my Facebook pop up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it popped up, but James Dilly, I'm on Facebook. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm willing to do all that. I'm finna go out of town in a minute. I still got to look into that because I don't know where it's at. My niggas planned it. I'm going. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Right. I'm glad you reached out to me. I was looking for Kendra, but I respect you too, though.
Love, brother, love.
Ain't no mystery. You heard me?
For sure. Have a good one.
You too.
Comedian Corey Holcomb, please forgive me if I'm saying his last name wrong. Mason.
Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's the dating field right there.
Wild statements about fatherhood. I'm not.
That's the choices you have, ladies. One of them. Yeah. Let's listen to what this person has to say. This is if the wild had a mouth. Here we go.
I'm going to quote what he said. I'm just going to play the clip.
Listen to me, America, please believe me when I tell you this. This is not all men, but I would say it's about 80% of men. If we don't love your mother, we don't really love you, motherfucker.
Oh, come on now.
That sounds crazy to me.
Well, no. Oh, come on.
Let me tell you something.
Not love in that sense, but have some kind of love.
No. Listen to me. Darlene, you and all the rest of the people who not used to this shit. If we don't love your mother, our love for you is hard to we love you out of obligation.
That brings me to the main meat of the night.
To figure out what this whole thing is with private pages.
Let me
Because it was.
So let me pull it back. Hold on one second.
You're not up here to look for a girl.
Okay. Does anybody know who this is? If you know who it is, put their name in the chat. Yes, Mr. Let Himself Go. A dating coach. A life coach. This gets weird. Here we go.
Hello?
What's going on?
You was here before.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. So you know I got a whole bunch of feedback after you was on my show. So you here to get your Instagram followers up?
No.
That's what
I was.
Yes, he is. He's a liar. Watch. It gets. Let me not break the suspense. Here we go.
The word on the street says you just on this platform to get new followers. So that ain't true?
No, it's not true.
Okay.
The main reason why I hit the button that day
Let go of reality and swallow the red pill
was to let you know how beautiful you look with your natural hair. Do you remember that? You had your hair.
I was in Atlanta. I had my natural hair that day. Okay.
Yeah, and then you were saying you was in Atlanta. I just wanted to pay homage to you. But I am single, so I was totally okay with being on the show.
So a life coach, dating coach, who's single, who's desperate enough that he needs to get onto a dating show. He doesn't realize that's bad for business. So he's either doing something manipulative, or that his character is so low that no one around him wants to date him. It's one or two. See, he basically put himself in checkmate without knowing he did. Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep it rolling real good. Here we go.
But I simply just wanted to pay homage to you because that was the actual first time I ever seen you with your natural hair. And I was like, yo, look at Kendra.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it.
Look, he is not really the best looking guy out there. So why would he even do something like that? Who cares? I mean, that's the funny thing about these broken men is they have this level of narcissism where they feel like they are the authority on appearance, when if they were to look in the mirror long, they would realize their appearance is really not that great themselves. Look at him right here. He can't even grow a full beard. He's damn near 50.
Take the compliment, but you know
Yeah.
you can't bullshit.
Yeah, he's divorced. And here's the funny thing, he's long time divorced. Let's find out.
Bullshitter. So let me ask you this: you attractive? You in Atlanta? You
Exactly, perfect nail. He's trying to neg her. Exactly.
got a platform. Why you single?
Yeah. Boom. Boom. We're already there. Here we go. Let me move it back just a little bit. Let me get some volume on here.
Let me ask you this: you attractive? You in Atlanta? You got a platform. Why you single?
She said, you're attractive. You have a platform. You live in Atlanta. Why are you single?
I don't think you have any problems with women.
No, I spent about, I would say, 2
Okay, he's trying to think of a good lie. You can tell because his eyes are all over the place.
3 years focusing on business.
So if he's focusing on business, then what is he doing on the show? And remember, he was on the show before, right? And I believe there was about at least a 6 month, 4 months, 6 months span between him being on the show now and back then. So with that said, he still hasn't found anybody, and he's a dating coach and has a platform and is a life coach. And believe it or not, any dating coach and life coach, they will tell you you need to get out and meet people in an organic environment. But he doesn't do that. He's not really that kind of life coach. He's more of a let me play it.
And now I'm single.
How long you been single for?
About 2-3 years. Because like I said.
So, and now he's been single for 2 or 3 years. Right?
I wanted to focus on everything I needed to focus on. But now I'm in a position emotionally where I'm open to actually start dating. But I literally stopped getting into relationships because I needed to focus on what I need to focus on.
Okay. So again, I meet people for the first time they come on the show. So tell me your name again.
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, Aaron. So you're a life coach, right? So how are you?
Let me pause that right there. Why Seeking Knowledge says this. They pay big money to them out of gratitude. These bastards are like the sojourner's truth, safely leading them away from all responsibility and accountability. Boom. We're about to find out tonight exactly why that is true. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. Minerva's world, that's facts. And continuing to placate them with this dating mess is a disservice to women, correct?
Are you certified as a life coach? Like, is there a course for that?
Well, there are different courses, and
she got him good on this one. Look at his eyes going back and forth, trying to think of something that'll make this sound good. Because really, he comes out and says he don't have anything. Watch.
So again, I meet people for the first time they come on the show. So tell me your name again.
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, Aaron. So you're a life coach, right? So how are you certified as a life coach? Like, is there a course for that?
How are you certified as a life coach? She knows. She knows. She got him. There's no way to get out of this.
Well, there are different courses, and there is not a specific course to take or to.
Dude. Look, I am not a life coach, but even I know there is something called psychology. That might be a good start. And I'm sure there are variants like, I mean, there's psychology 101. We can start there, but there are different variants of that. I know enough to know that much. Look at them. There are various courses. This is what a grifter does. Watch it out.
Well, there are different courses, and there is not a specific course to take or a specific school to go to.
How about bashing black women 101? Did you take that class? How about that one? Listen again. Listen again.
It's not a specific course to take or
Yes, there is. There are specific courses you take. This is how you know he has no idea about psychotherapy whatsoever. He could have just named some course and been cool.
Specific school to go to. At the end of the
specific school, yes, there are. There are schools that specialize in psychotherapy. Oh my God, I gotta play this shit one more time.
Course for that?
Well, there are different courses, and there is not a specific course to take or specific,
yes, there is.
Specific school to go to.
Yes, there are. There are schools that specialize in that. Okay, there are colleges. They're not schools. Most of them are colleges. Sir, you've heard of the term that Kevin Samuels mocked on a woman for "I have a PhD." What do you think that stands for? You don't even. Let him just do his thing. Let me let him just dig his hole deeper.
At the end of the day, whether you go here or whether you go there, you can say it's not certification or it is.
What the hell? She didn't ask you that, bro. She asked you, did you get certified? And you should have just said no. Yes, it would sound bad, but that's the way it is.
Or anything like that.
So what makes you a certified life coach then?
Well, I never said
what makes you a certified life coach. There we go.
Where it is or anything like that.
So what makes you a certified life coach then?
Well, I never said I was a certified life coach.
Oh no. I have to hand it to Kendra. Sometimes she can really roast somebody in a respectful way. He's really roasting himself because he really is. Because if you know his history, you know. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. He's one of those ninjas who is supposed to be a worker bee. Sir, you don't get pum-pum. You came here to serve the goddess till death. You don't get to fertilize a seed. F out of here. Oh yeah, everybody, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. There's the joke. There is a course. Freaking clown. Minerva's World. Neo took the red pill and became the one. This guy took it and ended up on the TGE Kendra show. Minerva's World bars. Yeah, bars is for show. He learned under Kevin Scannell's school of black women bashing. He sure did. Man. And you know what's funny is he did a show to try to roast Kendra after doing this, but she's not doing anything wrong to him. He was walking into all of these punches. Go Reflection, thank you. I love your laugh, Torch. I can't help it. This dude is funny. You know, he's running. It's like this. You can't get mad at a woman who runs a dating show because you ran into punches after you got on a show with no qualifications whatsoever to something you say you are, okay? Something you say you are and can't make an explanation for it. This is right. This is very important for everyone to see. He is the epitome of the Black Manosphere. No qualifications whatsoever. Uses his own life experiences, which I will tell you, I listened to his other video. It hasn't been that great. Okay? He really has no history of success, in my opinion. Pretty Bones breaks it down like this. Welcome, Pretty Bones. Welcome, Go Reflection, Phoenix Soul. It's amazing to me that this very man that uses his platform to degrade Black women is now on a Black woman's platform looking for Black women to date. Make it make sense. Pretty Bones, bars. I mean, New Diamond, welcome. Yeah, he is a liar. His eyes were all over the room. He should know better. Why Seeking Knowledge says, wow, just realized his mouth is long as his... Now I understand why the things that exit do.
I said I'm a life coach.
You a life coach?
By everything that I've done in the last 3 years.
So, okay. So
do you know that it takes 4 years to become just to start your medical career? It takes 4 years of education. Just because he's been bashing Black women for 3 years, but it seems longer than that, he thinks he's an expert now. The expert basher. He says it like this. He is a single father while refusing to date single mothers.
Oh,
my body of work.
The reason I'm coming hard with the question.
What body of work? That's the funny thing is, what's your body of work? Bashing Black women? Now he's getting upset. I could see anger in dude's eyes easy. He's got them angry. He doesn't like the way this is going now. He knows he's looking bad. He's got that, okay, I hate you look in his face right now.
Mm-hmm.
So people send me videos. I guess you have videos talking about Black women. So what's the situation with the Black women that you have?
Okay. Just like I think 2 women before the young lady before me, it was like I think 2 women back. And
Bridget breaks it down like this. I just know how to hate on Black women, talking about how Mr. Let Himself Go would speak. Yep. I can spew out the best rhetoric. Yep, he sure does. Rhetoric, maybe that's what he took. Rhetoricity in college, right? And I haven't had a date for 20 years, so I'm qualified. LOL. Bars.
And the situation where she was sleeping with her kid's father, and then you was like, yo, why don't you get back with him? We're not on the same page. And then she literally said that, well, I'm growing and he's not.
I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
And that is the thing that I see in our Black community way too often. So I'm simply somebody that sees a problem.
So you don't see the dudes going out there sleeping with children, right? You don't see that shit. You don't see the dudes who cheat on their women like all day, every day, including like Kiki, how dude was cheating on Kiki and putting hands on Kiki. He has no problem with that shit. But when a woman, you know, decides to sleep with her baby daddy, right? Now he's got a problem. Notice how they skim over that other shit. Notice how they skim over the more heinous shit that men do. They got to skim over that. They got to climb all over that other shit, like Jay-Z doing shit, like, you know, Diddy doing shit. They don't say none about that, right? If they do, what they do is they spin it and blame it on the women somehow. Even though men are supposed to be the leaders and responsible, but somehow they spin it on it as it being a woman's responsibility. Why didn't she leave? That's what he does.
And I'm looking to address it and help, you know, because it's not just
How
me.
are you helping by disrespecting people? Kendra exposed them. I don't think she was trying to. It just happened.
He's just saying, y'all need to do this, do that. I actually coach, you know, women. But at the end of the day,
he coaches women. What coach spews hatred on people and then expect them to do better? Why Seeking Knowledge says they can't take rejection. These are deep, unresolved psychological problems, but they can't admit weakness and seek therapy to unpack these things. Bars. This thing is brewing and getting worse. Exactly. And this is what I need to bring up. He's had a hard life. He just recently met his father since his father left, like when I think he was like 9 or 10. I'm tempted to play his video, but he might get so mad and angry. So I'm not. But basically, you just have to trust my information. His father left him. The excuse that he allowed his father to give him was that his father was in the military and was a musician. And that his mother took him away from his father for to try to live in a safer place. He lived in the hood with his father. So his father couldn't have been worth a whole lot if they was in the hood. He forgot. See, that's the funny thing is this old folks, we catch on to this little shit. We catch on to this little shit. If his father was worthy and if his father was productive, they wouldn't have struggled in the hood. It wasn't like his mother left immediately. It was over time. So what he did after his mother got him where he is now, which at least a functioning human being, though he has some serious mental issues, he literally turned on her after meeting his father after umpteenth years by taking the horseshit excuse his father gave him. Watching that video of him dump on his mother and praise his deadbeat father was painful. She sacrificed a lot for him. Who knows what his father was doing to his mother, but he took his father's side right after, finally, after literally hunting down his father. He literally had to hunt him down. I'm not kidding you. He literally had to hunt him down. He had to go fly over to where his father, the area where his father was. Then he had to beg to his father. He had to beg to his father to see him. Let me repeat that. He had to literally beg to his father to see him. Did he have to beg to his mother to see her? No, she was there all the time. And I remember yesterday when I was talking to Trey, and I asked Trey, I said, why do you think the government, the mean government, gives the kids to the women? He says, I don't know. I don't know. I think this is why, Trey, because men leave. Women can't leave their own. It's in their nature to nurture. You are the ones who brought up the nurturing part. Pretty Bones breaks it down like this. I think he really went on Kendra's show to try to get more subscribers for his platform. He knows she has a ton of subscribers. That is right. He went there not to get subscribers, Pretty Bones, but victims, whether male or female. I got to take a minute. Excuse me, folks, for getting a little bit mad. Excuse me. But to see somebody whose mother went through so much for them, whose mother didn't dump them, whose father dumped him, then avoided him as much as he could for years, and then to turn around and dump on his mom. That is the manosphere in a nutshell. That's the effing manosphere in a nutshell. Bro, you're what, you're 45, almost 50? Your dad left you when you were like, what, was it 10 or 11? Doesn't matter. Around that when we were a young kid. 35 years, bro. You think he couldn't find you? Oh, I don't know where. Remember the excuse you gave? Oh, because your mom was moving around trying to keep a roof on your head. Your mom was moving around finding work to keep food in your mouth. Your mom was doing the best she could. Who knows how old your dad was and how young your mom was? I guarantee you, you don't want to tell us, do you? I bet your mom was a lot younger than him. Why Seeking Knowledge says this. I could never understand why women would willfully walk into the slaughter on Kevin Samuel's show, knowing they would be degraded and publicly humiliated as incels watched with lotion and socks on deck. Bars. 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 And this dude does this exact same thing. Eat Pray Yoga, welcome. Breaks it down like this. T. No. Okay, what did let me go back up to T. T. Why seeking knowledge? That is right there. And then T said this. They think women deserve mistreatment. That's why they don't address DV or women being SA'd. Correct. E Prayoga breaks it down like this. T, no, they just are selfish and only think of themselves in any situation. He is the same black man with all women. Exactly why seeking knowledge. Yep. Yep. He got so mad at Kendra for something he did himself. He exposed himself. This is pretty old, though. Let me see how old this video is. Yeah, this is a year old. He's still mad. He is still mad.
Is women
just too? Do you coach men too? Do you talk about men and their
yes.
So is it just women or just men? Is both?
No, I coach men too. I just have a.
He's not qualified to do any of that. He's too damaged. He's too damaged. He had a hard life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that doesn't make you. That makes you nowhere near an expert. You need to leave people alone. You need to fix yourself. Go to college, take some psychotherapy classes. Hopefully you'll take some, at least go to therapy yourself. Fix yourself. Then take that knowledge that you learned from getting yourself fixed, because you're not. And then express that to other people. But the way that you're condescending, dude, that's not helping. That's not what coaches do. Coaches don't do shit like that.
A female coaching group, but I actually coach men also.
Okay. All right. So you wanted to come back because I saw a DM from you. You wanted to talk about women with private pages.
Yes, I just wanted to.
Pages though too. Like that's
I get it.
A woman thing.
I know, but my question is to anybody, male or female, if you have a private page, how do you shoot your shot when you have a private page? And I just want to understand.
You can just push the request and then they can accept you. Some people have private pages for their jobs. I know women who are professional and they have to keep a private page because
exactly. Creepy narcissists are all over the place on the internet. This dude does not care about women. He would understand why they have private pages otherwise. Instead, he's one of the creeps. A judgmental one at that. Welcome, melanated vessel. This dude has proven to be extremely exploitative. Exactly.
They don't want their coworkers to see their personal lives, but they're very amazing women. So with private pages, I think that can go both ways. Like, you could be a person who just doesn't want everybody to see your life, but the way it works is you can request them and then they can simply accept your request.
Well, if you can't tell if the person is worth requesting, a person isn't really going to do that. Like, as an example, somebody comes on this show, right? Next thing you know, you get a whole slew of people wanting to holler at you, male or female, right? If the majority of the people shooting their shot is simply saying like, yo, what's up? Or saying something, and then you go to their page and it's a private page, I don't really see how.
Remember, Kendra G just walked them through how it works. And either he's so narcissistic, he missed the point, or so dumb that he doesn't know how to click the accept or friend button. He cares so little about women that he doesn't understand that they're trying to keep their privacy and their space. He just does. Conscious Mind Lab breaks it down like this. Torch said, not subscriber, but victims. The way I laughed out loud. You are so right, though. Yeah, they're victims, both men and women. They're not getting anything from a broken vessel. You cannot get anything from a broken human being. El Viajero pues is here. And he says this, the problem with men or women that are being abused, a large percentage will return to the abuser. Correct. The only time you can truly help is when they decide they need help. Bars. Bars. Yep, he is. Ipe Yoga says he's only thinking about himself per the usual. Exactly. And like I say, he's the epitome of the Black Manosphere. This is how most of the men think. Everything is about them and themselves, even to their detriment, even though they should be building themselves, even though they should be going to therapy to make themselves a better person for themselves, to be a happier person. They're so selfish. They damage themselves even more. These dumbass. Welcome, Just Dash the Cat. Let's keep it going.
That can help somebody get to where they're going.
Like going back to your analogy, life is simple. Just keep it moving. I get stuff all
That's what I do.
that I just
So see, that's not what he does, because he would just do it. He would just press the button. It would say blocked, or you have to, friend the person before you can communicate. And if you didn't want to do that, you just move on. He doesn't understand that that's the core. That's like therapy 101 is just to move on. When he runs to conflict because he wouldn't care. If he truly was in a position to help people, he would understand that sometimes when you click the button, it works. Sometimes it don't. Let me move on. I don't need to bring it up on. He said he came on Kendra's show because of this. To ridicule women for having private pages. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? To ridicule women because their page is set to private. And I can tell you, as a witness, YouTube has some evil motherfuckers on here. Evil. And it's probably the same on every other platform. Not only do I endorse a woman, or not only do I understand a woman having a private page, I endorse it. The evil man I meet on here, as a man, is amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not surprised, but it's amazing how evil these dudes can be. And ladies, if your page ain't set to private right now, unless it's for business, set that shit to private. Because these mofos out here are crazy as hell. Shout out to Dawn Harden in the house. Just Dash the Cat in the house. Bridget Mouton's in the house. Phoenix Soul. I'm glad he brought this up, actually. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. King Lucifer breaks it down like this. I honestly don't put energy into internet gossip. It's all fake garbage that doesn't benefit men or women. It's merely entertainment for the dim-witted. He's exactly the men that you ladies should be avoiding. Mr. Let Go right here. He's not a very nice man. And I'm being nice saying it like that. Let me play a little bit more.
Yeah.
You don't even make it through the next level, but I'm not sitting up here trying to convince you to do something in order to be in that level. It's just, okay, you're whatever, you kind of keep it going.
No, it was something that I wanted to know because I was just confused because.
Why would you want to know and confuse you? That's why I'm saying that he has no clue or no empathy whatsoever. You would understand why a woman had a page that was on private, dude. You're nearly 50. That's a lot. You see, it shows now I know why he's divorced. No, lacking empathy is a big deal. A very big deal. Melanated Vessel breaks it down like this. These type of men have no idea what their life would have been like with their dads. The problem is they're comparing an unalived fantasy life versus real life lived. Fantastical thinking. Bars. El Viajero pues says this. To degrade your own women is just crazy. That in itself is bars. And it doesn't matter what your female family members do that you don't like. It should only be handled and discussed with the elders of your family. Freaking bars. New Diamond says, he looks grave to me. Phoenix Soul, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Very much appreciated. The system of patriarchy has twisted us all. This is why males are glitching out in a system designed to put them ahead. Women are excelling. Bars. Minerva, you have a good night. Thank you for checking us out. Exactly, Phoenix Soul. Let's keep it going. Let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes, as they say.
As a life coach, women shoot their shot, but I've never had that many women shoot their shot all at one time. And the majority of the pages were private. So I was just like,
okay, so think about it like this. He's picking himself apart. He said that a lot of women shot their shot, right? He's still single. You just need one. Out of all those women that you said shot their shot, whether we believe it or not, you couldn't find one. You couldn't find one. That tells me a lot. I'm not going to say it because I don't need to say it.
I don't understand this. So it was something I just simply didn't understand because
you're not going to understand everything in the world anyway. He's actually exposing himself as a very, very, very poor coach, because a coach would get it. A coach would understand. That's why they call them coaches, because a coach has the knowledge and information and experience to know why people do what they do. He don't. Welcome to the manosphere. Welcome to the manosphere. This is what they're about. In a place where you need understanding, they give you the opposite. Let me repeat that one more time. In a space, in a place where you need understanding, they give you the opposite.
overall, I would say for anybody, if they wanted to shoot their shot at anybody, I don't know, make their page unprivate while they shoot their shot, and then, you know,
like I said,
I don't know.
See, this is for both men and women. Don't force things. If it's difficult to reach somebody, or if it's difficult for them to reach you, just keep it going. Why is he getting all twisted over some freaking private pages? It's not about private pages. I know it's something else, because that's how narcs work. They never really tell you the truth of what their goal is. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. They don't challenge each other, and his audience is intellectually behind. Correct. He's intellectually behind. So I'm afraid it's scary to see what these people who listen to him are. They listen and beat their chests like primates. Basically, yep. Phoenix Soul, have a lovely evening. We will see you on the next one. I appreciate your support so much. Pray Yoga breaks it down like this. He's an idiot. He should have started with several of the women that reached out and had private pages so he couldn't view them. Yep. There's something for everyone. Yeah, exactly.
Agree with that. I know amazing women who have private pages and the reasons why they keep it private. But for each their own, it's not a rule on this show. But let's go back to you, Aaron. So, Aaron, for those who don't know, you're in Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your age again?
45.
45. Everyone's like, I'm not going hard. Aaron don't care. Aaron want to be on the show. Aaron want to get his followers up. He don't give a shit what I say.
Oh my God.
I'm not stupid. I know what this is about. I can sit up here and cuss him out the whole time. It wouldn't matter, because his goal is to get more followers, because that's what he's really about.
Why do you think that?
That's it. Exactly what he was on there for. Because if he was not on here to get followers, number one, he wouldn't have made a post show to this show trying to roast somebody who was kind enough to allow him on her channel knowing that he wasn't on here for a date.
Why
Absolutely,
you
that's
think
what
that?
your brand is about. I mean, there's no.
Wait, my brand is about getting followers?
Your brand is you are about building your brand. I do not believe you are seriously trying to find a woman to take serious and be a wife with on the show. I believe you're on the show to continuously build your
Bars, Kendra. Bars.
brand. That is your first goal. A woman is not your first goal. You want to become bigger and more popular. That is your primary goal right now. So you get in what you want, regardless of what I say, because you won the show. I'm not stupid though. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. What if you're wrong? Just a question.
I'm definitely because
she's not wrong. That's the problem you have. She's not wrong. As a life coach, you're supposed to be able to connect with people regardless. You're supposed to be able to find the right one regardless. You got divorced a very long time ago. You've had plenty of time to find the right person if you were really not damaged. You're on here to use women again. You're using Kendra. You're doing what you probably have done all your life, is use people. Why seeking knowledge? They seek to bring down Black women because our strength and endurance makes them look like straight wussies. They are in the fight of their lives to convince the world they have no role in our condition. Bars. T is correct. Kendra exposed him very well. And she didn't have, the thing is, T, she didn't even have to try hard. It's his pathology that walked him into the punches. And he had the nerve to make a wicked, evil video about her. Melanated Vessel breaks it down like this. Exactly, El Viajero Pues. And it's for the money. It's really unfortunate that this even had to be said. The effects of those spaces will be felt for years and years to come. Melanated Vessel, bars.
And if I was wrong, you would have a woman. There's no reason why
Boom. Me and Kendra are 100 on this.
You're attractive, you a self-proclaimed coach. There's plenty of women that can fall into the category that you could date, but that's not your desire. Your desire is to build your career.
And use women. And don't forget to use women. And use women to build his career. Remember now, he's building his career at 45. Let me repeat that again. He's 45 and he's in the middle of building his career. Think about that.
I'm not even judging you.
I did say that though.
But that's what you want.
Yeah, but I did say that. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
I did say I spent the first 3 years building my career.
The difference though is my show is about finding love. I don't believe you're here to find love. You're here to build your brand. So that's the difference. You're not up here to look for a girl to DM you that you want to take serious. You want to be on the show to build your platform. So let's just be clear.
Let me say this. The first time I wanted...
First time, second time, third time, whatever time.
Yeah.
That's the time.
This time, I just wanted to be honest with you, the first time I wanted to...
To be honest with you is the phrase that he shouldn't use.
Figure out what this whole thing is with private pages, because it was something that...
We passed that.
Yeah, it was something that I think that I wanted to know.
Private pages sound so petty and stupid. It's like getting mad at somebody for sending somebody else super chats. It's petty and stupid. or somebody, you know, who gets in front of you in the grocery store. So what? Live a good life.
And then the second thing is, I wanted to pay homage to you. So
No, he's lying now. She doesn't need your homage, dude. Not at all.
Coming here
Exactly,
this time
Bridget. Not while you're ahead.
was simply to just pay homage to
Really, Bridget, it's more like stop while you're way behind, but could get worse.
you. And yeah, but overall, I am single. But if that's what
you're gonna be single for a minute. You're not trying to be nobody's man. You're gonna
why
be
not
single.
though?
It's very easy to see. I can see it right through you easily.
But Kendra,
Yep, she nailed it. She nailed it.
To make nobody your girl, you're gonna be single. Being single works in your favor.
Why?
Because it makes more women. A lot of women that probably follow you for life coach options probably might have a crush on you, might like you. So you being single and not a married man makes them have hope that they might one day get to be with you. So being a single man in your fields is a benefit.
Kendra,
I don't see you marrying anybody or settling down with a woman, period.
Yeah, he's 45 and he's not married. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is when you start. The problem I have with him is that he wants to demean and insult Black women for being single, but his ass is still single. And he's divorced, and he don't want to tell us why he's divorced, but I guarantee you there's a whole story behind that. And I like to say, welcome, Queen Award in the house. That's the thing.
let me say that. Let me say this. One, I was married before.
Okay.
And I want to be married again. I want to be one of those folks who are like together on social media, doing different dances.
She's scamming, in my opinion.
Or talking about their relationships, like the dude, I forgot his name, I think Devon or something like that. And I love stuff like that. So that is something
He's still trying to sell a lie because he knows he needs to keep on brand.
I'm looking for. But with what I do is actually a little bit harder since I've been actually in the market for a relationship, which has been the last, I would say, year. And I've been dating. Because when you heard all these different stories and, you know, trauma.
He's lying. You're right. Brina, you nailed it. He's lying. He's lying.
All this and that. And there's certain cues that you may actually see in a woman that the typical person wouldn't see. And I'm sitting here thinking like, I see something in her. There may be some issues there. And I may
we see a lot of issues with you too.
Actually pull away. So because of what I do, it actually makes it harder because sometimes you know too much. Have you?
He's acting like he's an expert. Nobody's an expert. People who go to college for psychology and are properly educated in psychology after 3 years are not adept. What makes him think that he's adept? He's conceited. That's what makes him think he's adept. He's not. He's just a shit talker. Peter says this, of course he's lying. Why his overgrown ass trying to do couples goals on YouTube? Exactly. Yep. Why seeking knowledge? Liar, he's trying to save it. His members calling him a simp right now. Yep. But it's apparent this is a strategy to do something off color. Yep. He has no emotion. I bet he's miserable and would make any woman miserable and trauma. Yep, that's true. I knew he was only on on there to increase his subscribers or victims. This man has been pandering to black men for money since he hit the scene. Bars, pretty bones.
You ever heard of that? You know too much or you've seen too much? I think that's where I'm at.
So why?
If he knew too much and he saw too much, he'd know where to find somebody. Oops.
Okay, so the question I have for you, life coach, why are you attracting women that are damaged and not the women who are complete? Because
Kendra, you got him good.
Plenty of women that don't have issues that can come to you whole, but from what you're telling me, you're not attracting that type of woman. So you as a life coach got to figure out why you keep attracting damaged women and not women that are already together.
Ooh! Oh man, Kendra is roasting this dude. Kendra is roasting this dude. And I can see the look in his eyes. He is so freaking mad right now. Because there's nothing worse than being roasted with the truth. I mean, think about it. He's calling himself a life coach, but he can't find a life. And Kendra just has those blank eyes like, fool, I'm on to you.
It's not necessarily I'm attracting damaged women, and that could be part of it, period. But
No, he just said he was. Now he's trying to backtrack. He just said he was. He didn't say directly he was, but he did when he described it. Remember the part is, oh, there's something wrong there. I just know. You're the one. See, the problem with being a narcissist sometimes these dudes have is they don't think far enough ahead. And if you listen long enough to a narcissist, in my opinion, they give themselves away or they contradict themselves sooner or later.
At the end of the day, it's certain things that you just pay attention to, and I can actually be wrong about it because
now you can be wrong about it. Before you were saying, "Oh yeah, you can see through a crystal ball." Oya breaks it down like this. He acts like a know-it-all. Yep. No one is going to stick around and deal with that. Exactly.
It's one thing about coaching somebody and they're actually divulging, what has happened to him or what went on.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is not a coach. Wait for him. I'm not going to tell him not to. I'm not going to tell you not to go to his channel. I'm not going to tell you not to listen to him. But you would be wasting your money if you really looked around for a real coach with real experience and real education in this field. It's a lot more complicated than you think. There are more. He's like messing around in a computer that he knows nothing, no computer science about, and he's just sticking a screwdriver in all the wrong places, trying to get something to spark. And then he wonders why the thing won't turn on next time. That's what he's doing.
With them or how they feel about certain things like abandonment issues or whatever. But it's different when you're actually
issues. Now he's talking about himself.
Dating somebody and they may not even know what may be going on in their mind or, that their past is actually showing up or whatever. And next thing you know, I'm like, I may see something that they may not see, or I may be wrong about something that I may.
This is all you're hearing right now is cover. He's trying to cover his tracks. Pretty Bones breaks it down like this. These black male content creators are equivalent of the crack dealers back in the 80s. Bars will do or say anything to enrich themselves. Bars. They don't care how it's going to affect the Black community. Bars. Straight up bars.
AC. Because sometimes I could actually be wrong.
My thing with that is everyone's gonna have issues. You know, anybody that's in a relationship, nobody's perfect. So you always want more good than bad. But I say this all the time on the show. The person you desire exists. You know, the woman that fits all the qualities that you want. And like I said,
he's a grifter. This is Brina West. He's a grifter, just like MTR, Angry Man, Anton Daniels, and everyone else. Bars.
Not damaged and could come to you whole and complete and whatever the case may be. She exists. She's walking around this world. The question is, why are you not attracting her? So it's
just Dash the Cat says he's not a he's not a coach, DJ Torch. Well, apparently he thinks he is. We know he's not. We know he's not, but apparently he thinks he is.
Thing about you that's not attracting that type of woman.
Okay, I could take that. I could take that. But one thing I want just people to know that it's not about followers.
He's lying right now. It's about followers. It's about followers. It is. But he's still trying to cover. And look at Kendra's face. Look at Kendra's face. She's like, bandit, please. She doesn't use the word bandit, but I don't want to use the other word because I'll get demonetized or something. But bandit, please. Pretty Bones says this. What these Black men are doing is going to affect the Black community for decades, just like when they sold crack to their own people for personal financial gains. It's disgusting. Yeah, they're selling a mental crack, and that mental crack happens to be defaming their own women. Defaming their own women. No other race does this.
Had all that, you know.
Had, but
so
okay, had we ain't talking about had. We talking about now. You trying to get back to what you had. So you can't. Come on now. Come on.
Okay.
If I had a show with 300 people, you wouldn't have sent me a DM saying you wanted to come back on the show to talk about private pages. We talked about that in the DMs. That's not a thing to come on the show. So we could continue.
Got you. Once again, she ain't playing. She the one thing I like about Kendra is that when she smells bullshit, she will let you know.
You won, but you're not going to sit up here and act like you're not trying to build your brand. Like, we're not going to play that game. It's the end of the year. We about to be in 2022. I ain't gonna have these more. And you're not the only one. First of all, okay, I'm gonna be calling everybody out that does that because there's several people.
But Kendra, could it just be you?
No, it is me. You are here from the platform, so it's definitely me.
I get what you're saying, but could it be build a relationship with you? Not.
Oh my God. So, if anything, this makes it worse. So what he wants, so the only other angle I see is he wants to try to be like in a YouTube relationship with her where, you know, he probably, yeah, it's all, and now he just gave himself away even more. He just gave himself away even more. He first said he wasn't on here for likes and views, but now he just says, well, the only reason he wants a relationship with Kendra is for likes and views.
Trying to get with you, but simply last time you was in Atlanta.
Yeah, you
remember this.
To build your brand. Absolutely. A lot of people want to build a relationship to build their brand.
But what I'm saying is last time.
There's nothing to say. She got you, bro. She got you good too. Sometimes, see, this is one thing that people have to understand. Sometimes when you get got, just move on. And she wasn't mean about it. Nobody's gonna know. It's not gonna ruin his channel or nothing. He should have just kept it. Said thank you, Kendra, for allowing me on the show, and well, I hope somebody calls me so he could fake it out. He could kind of, save face by saying that. So he seems like he wants for somebody else. But he just exposed himself again right here. He himself said that, oh, I wanted to start a business relationship with you. Why? Why would you want to do that? She's not going to pay you for anything. She got people. Likes and views, bro.
Time you was in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I just want you to
I
think.
don't know you
Yeah.
in life. Why would I just get up and I don't know you at all. I'm gonna get up and go meet you.
That's not the
somewhere?
point.
No,
What happened?
that is. See, now he doesn't realize that he put himself in. He's what he's doing. He's digging a ditch deeper that he cannot get out of.
What happens is you get to know somebody in one way, and then you run into them, or you get to know them another way, and next thing you know, a relationship builds up.
My show ain't get to know. It's you looking for love. It's a dating show. It's not a get to
Yeah, I
know
get what
show.
you're
It's not a meet Kendra, let's be friends show. It's the show you come on when you're looking for love. So no, that doesn't make sense.
See, remember now, he came on here using the premise that he was looking for love, because that's the only way you're supposed to get on the show, is that you're looking for a relationship. So he came on here with deceitful, with deceitful thoughts. He was going to use her for a come up. She caught him. And now he's trying to talk himself out of it. Not out of doing it, because he still wants to use her as he uses all Black women, right? And he just won't give it up. That's how you know somebody's, there's a probability they are a narc, because they just won't give it up. They just won't just gracefully bow.
Sense.
But yeah, I did say I wanted to pay homage to you when you had your natural hair. You was looking great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, I think we've heard enough. He's just going to keep lying. I think we've heard enough of him. Let me pause this real quick. I appreciate everybody listening to all this BS, being patient, because you were very patient. 2.5 hours, and 2 hours of that was BS. But I just wanted to point out how damaging the manosphere is to the Black community. Their goal is themselves. Nobody else, nothing else. Why Seeking Knowledge is saying this. Stop blaming these marionette puppets. They are powerless because the strings are all pulled by white men and Black women. They make them behave in degeneracy, no fault of theirs. Now he's insulting her. Yeah. It's crazy. He's not trying to date Kendra. What he's trying to do, and he ran into this punch, Bridget, is he was trying to start basically he wanted to use Kendra as a come up. That's what he was trying to do. And he explained it in a way that even exposed him more. Cinnamon breaks it down like this. So many men who go on Kendra's show are trying to shoot their shot at her. They sure are. She's a beautiful woman. I don't see any problem with that. That I would have respected him more if he just did that. But what he's doing is trying to use her for a come up. He's trying to literally use her. She has no use for this dude. There's nobody that wants to. She already gets all the dudes from his show. Oh, I'm sorry. The last comment was straight. So let me say it again. Stop blaming these marionette puppets. They are powerless because the strings are all pulled by white men and white men and black women. They make them behave in degeneracy. That's what he said. No fault of theirs. Okay, I got it now. Okay. But that's the funny thing is that he lost. He lost. He lost. JG Music breaks it down like this. And because these males have been teasing black women hair and white girls all the times, they should have no right to say anything about black women hair. Yep, bars. Even their fake compliment is a slight towards her. Bars. JG Music. Bridget says, I guess he won't be back on her show after this embarrassment. Oh, shoot, no. After he dropped a, I wouldn't call it a roast video because more is more of a bitter boy video after this show, trying to literally diss her because he screwed over himself. That's basically what happened. Quita says this, he sure was trying to use Kendra. Yep, he sure was, because she peeped him because she told him, yeah. We're talking about now. She knew then, yep. Yep, E. Evans. I'm in Wiggs. Thanks. Great video. Thank you. So let's head it on out. I think we had a great constructive live today, focused on exposing the manosphere once again, but not only that, but the behavior that you should look for, not only in Mr. Let Himself Go, but other people. Remember, this is a man who had a hard life, so I'm not gonna dig down on it. But he's the one who said his mother raised him. Okay, his mother raised him, but had the nerve to listen to his father's lies and then dump on his mother. Everyone, enjoy your evening. In the house, I'd like to thank Don Hardy, King Diamond, Rita Ward, Rita West, it's not hard to fool me. Cinnamon Shade, cause I'm addicted to the good life. G Music. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Right, with me, you're heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. King Lucifer. To the edge of it all. Negro. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible night. Before the moment flies. Yoga. So tell you good night. Be a hetero boy. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible night. Thank you for the super chat. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Mind love. And nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need
to say.
Gold reflection.
Where we are heading now, babe.
D9.
I follow
Nail.
to the edge of it all. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what.
Getting in the caskets. Miss RV.
Susceptible night.
Brown.
Before the moment flies.
The Nova World.
So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what.
Thank you everyone for coming through. Catch you on the next one. Break it down.